I'm Sri Vaishnavi Ramesh. I'm from Mandya. I've done my undergraduate in civil engineering and my master's in urban and regional planning from University of Mysore. I was exposed to intricacies of urban planning before, but there were certain gaps. It was very structured in my post graduation, and I wasn't able to connect things in terms of society or identity or economics, ecology, or in such aspects. Then, when I learned about UFP program, when I saw the UFP program curriculum, it mentioned that it has an interdisciplinary approach. So I really wanted to explore this field. So I chose to be an urban fellow. So when I saw it has an interdisciplinary approach, I thought that this they'll take people from different backgrounds and they'll train all of us in one direction. But that was quite different because it was like when one person from a different background was asking questions, it was like I was learning something. It made me to think in a different angle that I was not thinking before. Even now, when a problem is thrown at me, so I think in a way some other person from different background thinks. So that urban fellowship program has helped me in that way. I really enjoyed the entire process, though the classes were quite intense during the commons term. Uh, we were we were quite adjusted to the online term, and when we came here we felt that the commons was a bit hectic, but it was like very smooth. We learned a lot. In my previous post graduation I was not exposed to this, going through the readings before coming to class. It was all very structured way, but this gave me an exposure and it made me to think in a very different way. Um, Online component, I liked three things. One was the breakout rooms, because in Zoom, when we had breakout rooms, we were divided into group of three, four, five, and we were discussing things. There was a faculty who was helping us out. I never thought that we could pull off practica in the online term. That was very new to us. So basically, our topic was about risk and resilience, exposure to risk and resilience in a larger way, connecting to the language space and data. So I never thought that the Practica faculty will take it so smoothly. And when we gave the output, even though we were spread across India, we were able to come across certain common things that was like similar with each and everyone. That is the one thing I liked. And the second was, before coming and we were all new to each other, we didn't know anyone in person. So online term in a way helped us bonding. So we got to know about each other before coming. So in my previous course I had done many field visits, but when I went to field, then I had a set of questions for which I went to field, searched the answer, came back. But here we were given a broad theme. We went to field and we started framing the question based on the demands that field gave us. That was very new to me. Initially, for example, we were given economy and livelihood as a broader topic. We went to field, we thought that we'll work on informality. But after Sniti's session about introduction to informality, our entire concept of informality changed. We were like, informality doesn't mean street workers, we have to change it. And then we started working on the research question again. So the experience that I had with IHS Practica is completely different from the experience that I had before. I was actually exposed to working with quantitative data, but working with qualitative data was something very new to me. I liked Gautam's class on identity and caste. Those topics were new to me. I never thought that these concepts would relate to urban and they help in a framing of a city or framing of a community. So even we had we knew the basic concepts of what does a society mean, what does a community mean, but the larger impacts of that society or community and urban, I never thought in that direction. So I really liked that class. Course structure it's very intensive, so very engaging from 10 to like 6. One thing I liked is like they give you your own space to build on. Faculties are super supportive, and the skills that we develop here is like I was very weak at writing skills, so I have really developed writing skills both from Word Lab and from the fellows here. So I really like the way course is structured. So I have taken writing skill lab and then qualitative data analysis and then the urban informatics lab. So I took this by keeping in mind that I'll develop certain skills and then uh, go for larger job ob- objective in my mind. So I was weak at writing, so I took write. Basically, I took skill labs in order by considering my weak points and then kind of developing on it. Yeah, I'm currently working on the a small part of larger urban project. It's about urban mapping of Bangalore's industrial transformation. So the part we are working is mapping of economic clusters in Bangalore neighborhood. It's mainly about studying and identifying the economic clusters in Bangalore, and then comparing that with the socio-economic conditions of people that are there. We are largely doing a data analysis thing, and then we are doing as our final output we are doing a data journalism piece and a photo essay. Yeah, diversity of the class was the first thing that I came to fellowship program. I It's like when you sit in a class and you will be thinking in the angle where you are trained to think. So when someone from an economics background asks a question, you that triggers you to think in that angle. So in that way, diversity of our class is really good. We have people from economics, developmental studies, sociology, even we have people from physics and hydrology backgrounds. So yeah. Interdisciplinary approach is very new to India, and the way Indian urban is structured is very complex and messy. So interdisciplinary courses like Urban Fellowship Program will help us to enhance our experience-based learning, critical thinking, and analytical thinking. And it will the fellowship program in itself will touch all the concepts so that it will trigger you to think in multiple ways and come up with a solution.